I installed over 400 mods and a reshade on Kenshi. It basically turned the game into Kenshi 2. This video is the beginning of my journey to becoming a drug lord in under 100 days. Still, can't talk to women. Kidding, I have a girlfriend. I mean, like a real human one. Kenshi is a unique game developed by Lo-Fi Games back in 2018. It's a free-roaming, squad-based RPG focused on sandbox gameplay instead of a linear story. You could be a trader, and you can buy cheap items in one city and sell them at a higher price in another, or even craft and produce your own goods to sell in cities with high demand. Or you can be a thief, but if you're not careful while stealing, you might end up in prison or even pay with your life. Or you can be a rebel, a warlord, someone who builds their own realm, expands it, and destroys their enemies. Or you can be an adventurer, a farmer, a slave, or just food for the cannibals. Hi, and welcome to my channel. In this episode, I'm going to show you a heavily modded version of Kenshi and the journey of a poor man rising to become the most feared drug lord in the wastelands. First, I created a character named William. In the city of Stift, I checked every shop and every home. I studied the prices and scouted areas without guards, thinking I could come back later and steal something. But in the Universal Wasteland expansion mod, stealing is extremely difficult. One small mistake and you'll end up in prison. Still, some interesting thefts are coming later in this video. While exploring, I stumbled upon two bizarre things. One, a noblewoman looking for her lost lover. She probably treated her husband like trash, and now she's surprised he took himself out? Please, that man's probably sipping cocktails with someone who actually says thank you. Well, this city's a mess, and here's this lady casually peeing on a toilet, fully dressed. Maybe it's fashion, maybe it's desperation. Who knows? By the way, lady, are you enjoying the view? Now back to William. He's proud, refused to bow to Lord Naba. William didn't bow. Apparently, that's offensive. Unlike enslaving people. That's fine. That got him thrown straight into prison. Luckily, he survived, but he lost a lot of blood and got knocked out. When he woke up, I had him practice lockpicking, just to improve his skills. It'll come in handy later. Once he was released, I knew it was time to level up his abilities. I had to take him outside the city to train his stealth, because inside town, guards won't even let you crouch if they catch you, thanks to the expansion mod. I kept going, but soon realized William was hungry. I had to do something about it. I went to the bar and scoped the place out, looking for an opportunity to steal. But the upper floor was crowded, full of people. I was afraid that if I tried anything, I'd end up back in prison. So, I reluctantly bought a piece of food. It cost most of my money. I didn't steal anything. I just stood there looking innocent, which, in this city, is the most suspicious thing you can do. I just waited. Hunger teaches patience, and sometimes hallucinations.
Emotional, damn it!
Then, I left the city of Stift, heading out in search of a new opportunity. I took a risk. I threw myself into the unknown. My athletic skill had improved slightly, good enough to run from threats. But if I ran into beak things, they could easily tear me to shreds. Luckily, the path was clear. I wandered through the hot desert, with sandstorms howling and the wind pushing against me. The visuals were breathtaking. Reshade made the game look completely refreshed, like a remastered version of Kenshi. I highly recommend it. Along the way, I encountered danger twice. One of them was a skimmer. I wasn't paying attention when I suddenly saw it. Way too close. I nearly had a heart attack. Fortunately, I got lucky. It missed me. I kept wandering, disoriented, and unsure where to go. I wanted to head west, but it was too far. Deadlands, Greylands, and lower down Venge. Heading there without protection or enough food would be suicide. Even if I made it to Shem, the beak things would be a threat. Then, like a miracle, Hung appeared on the map. I was so relieved. I had no clue what to do with this half-naked, weak character. So, I headed straight to home. Along the way, I ran into cult of goblin bandits again. Why is it always bandits? You never hear, "Oh look, it's the gentlemen of the forest." No, it's always bandits, screaming and chasing like it's their cardio day. Thankfully at a distance. I rushed into the city gates, and the bandits kept their distance. Then suddenly, I saw the guards sprinting toward the entrance. Turns out, luck was on my side again. They captured the cult of goblin members. I followed them into the prison to loot the bandits. Honestly, I didn't expect much, but when I opened their inventory, I couldn't believe my eyes. Blood rum, the most expensive drink in the game. I grabbed them and sprinted to the bar to sell them. At the bar entrance, I ran into a gambling dealer. I could have placed a bet, but I had no extra coin. My priority was food. Inside, the bar was chaotic, fistfights everywhere. Bodies on the floor, shouting and violence. It crossed my mind. Maybe I could strip the clothes off the unconscious guys and wear them. But I gave up the idea. If people saw me dressed like them, they'd probably beat me up too. I sold the 2 blood rums. With the money, I bought a pair of pants. Wearing poor or ragged clothes is dangerous in Kenshi. Slave traders might assume you're a vagrant and try to enslave you. Because apparently, in Kenshi, not having pants is a job application for slavery. I noticed a noble house nearby, so I went in, hoping to find something worth stealing. There was a lord sitting there. I tried talking to him. Maybe he had some valuable info. But the arrogant bastard treated me like a peasant and told me to bow. I'd learned my lesson before. Refuse to bow. End up in jail. So I bowed. I bowed so hard, my dignity slipped a disc. That's how you survive in Kenshi, by pretending you respect people you secretly hope get eaten by dogs. But one day I'll show him who should really be bowing to whom. This is just the beginning. Stick around for the next parts where things go real crazy. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helps the channel grow. Thanks for watching.